CEO role. This is also my first operating role. And I must say, thanks to the chairman and the group leadership for taking a bet on a young talent like me for this role without any operating experience before this. For me, this role has been a real roller coaster, exciting, thrilling. One feels the pain of the decisions and strategies gone wrong, but you also have the thrill of doing or creating impact. Second, I think uh, you know uh, there's a realization that having perspectives and opinions is good, and as an advisor or a consultant, you always had a perspective or an opinion. But in an operating or a CEO role, you need to take decisions, and that requires courage. You will never have all the information that you need, and hence you need to draw a line on where the analysis stops, and you need to take a decision. And that requires a lot of courage to do, and a confidence in yourself that you're doing the right thing. Third, I think the CEO role, as I see it, is a lot about managing the unknown unknowns. Whatever is known, you have a plan of how you want to address it. But every week, every month, there is something unknown which comes and hits you, for which you had never thought about earlier. For example, going through this COVID journey has been a complete unknown, where one has had to learn along the way and come up stronger from this experience. Personally, for me, this role has been a very enriching and satisfying stint. I've been able to strategically reorient the business. I've been able to operationally scale new heights. And more importantly, something that is very close to my heart, I've been able to transform the organization culture to a large extent in the direction that I wanted to. And the group has and the leadership has given me a fairly good leeway to try and make those changes. And that has been very, very satisfying and happy to see. The top three learnings for me in this role have been: one, importance of prioritization for the organization as well as yourself. The most effective way of leadership is if you are able to prioritize both for your teams on what they need to focus on, and also for yourself on what you spend your time on. And that's been a fantastic experience and a big realization for me. The second one is being comfortable and learning to live in the gray zone. You never know all the facts. How you create your internal and external networks to build your opinion, collect the dots which you will connect, is becomes very important. And then you need to build your own judgment on when, as a leader, you are, I would say, being played versus you're getting right feedback, right? Everyone tells you what they think you should know, and you have to have your own judgment that you build and develop over time on what to take away from some of those messages that come to you. So I think living in the gray, developing your own networks, internal and external, is a very important art that you need to pick up in this role. The third one is what I say, you always think and communicate optimistically, but plan pessimistically. I think every one in the organization has to feel that he or she is important to the organization and is contributing to the organization. And that culture is very, very important to set right from the beginning. Being a CEO and getting to a CEO position at a young age is a dream for most graduates or postgraduates as they set out to look for jobs. But the way I see it is that, uh, you know, I think the role or the designation is not as important as your ability to make change happen. And I strongly feel that each of us can make change happen irrespective of the position that has been given to us. A lot of change you can do or make happen if you wear that hat, and you can always wear the CEO hat even if you don't have the CEO role. right? So that I think is a very important mindset to have as we go. There are 5 things which I feel as people set out from college campuses to the corporate environment that they should look at. I think the first one is you have to make the transition from the me to the we, right? Both and come on campus as well as in organizations, especially early on in the organizations. A lot of focus goes on only the me, right? And our systems reinforce that, whether it is the relative grading on campus or the bell curves we do in organizations. The focus is on how can me and I be better than the others. However, one should never lose sight that the organization is the will only deliver if you succeed as a team, and hence you have to keep the team always ahead of your own personal gains, and that I think is a very important learning. It's counterintuitive. You need to unlearn what you've learned so far in how you behave and act, but I see the gains from that in the mid and the long term are very, very robust if you keep that attitude. Second, especially I think as we get into the new generation and the millennials who are coming in, you need to develop patience and resilience. Developing patience and resilience are 2 very important traits, especially as you go along, which will help you become stronger for the tough times that you might go through before you get to the pinnacle that you desired. I think the third and very important element of uh, you know third important element is you need to be clear on what your anchor in life is. Is it your passion? Is it fame? Is it a position? Is it social good? Is it money? Whatever it is, you need to be clear. Yes, all elements play a role, but what is the primary driver? You need to be clear in your mind, because a lot of times as you take decisions, the dilemma will come in front of you. And if you have not thought this through earlier, when that dilemma comes, it becomes very difficult to take a call. And many times you end up taking a wrong call because you're optimizing for the decision and not for what you wanted. So identify your core anchor in life, spend time reflecting on it by yourself or with someone whom you trust, and ensure that that clarity is there for you. The fourth one is don't shy away from adversity. Adversities, I think, are opportunities. And at least if I see my 20 years of corporate life, I think all the tough decisions on where I wanted to move, I took, are the ones which have really helped me grow by leaps and bounds in the last 20 years. Whether it was tough projects that during my consulting days, or as recent as moving into Insulator's business, which was going through a tough time when I moved here. I think the tough calls are what really make you a good leader or help you become a good leader. And I think the last one I would say, partly rounding off on the first point, is focus on making the people around you successful, and the organization automatically starts becoming successful if you help your teams and the people around you succeed in whatever challenges they're taking because you think you can help them. I think that's a very strong, positive environment you'll create, which will help the organization do better. And hence, people will see your contributions to that and recognize your contribution for that. So I think that would be my sort of fifth learning, which I think is useful. So make the transition from me to we, develop patience and resilience, identify your anchor in life, seek opportunity in adversity, and focus on making people around you successful. Organization will be successful.